If you don't have a pen or paper in front of you, please grab one. And also, don't hesitate to take screenshots tonight of some of the information that I'm going to share with you. It's exciting what's going to go on in the business between from today until Nashville in March is very, very exciting. And we have a plan. We're going to lay out a plan, but we got a lot of things to go over. And we are coming into the very best time of the year to be gathering customers, people looking for Christmas presents, Hanukkah presents, Kwanzaa presents. It's just a great time of year, to be in a business like this and to be offering the kind of products that we have. Okay. And that very quickly turns into a need or a desire to earn money come New Year's Eve. Okay. Where those famous resolutions that last about 35 seconds are made. Okay. That's a joke. You can laugh. Okay. Not 35 seconds, maybe a day and a half. Okay. But, and the reason for that, believe it or not, is people make a resolution without a plan. That's the whole problem. If they had a plan, they would do better with it. But I'm going to go right to the slides that I put together for you. And that's why I'm encouraging, if you see something that you need to get to, Shift Command 3 is what you do for a screenshot on a Mac. I don't know what you do on a PC, but I know there's a way to do it. But so let me go to the share. All righty. So I said I got a lot of stuff that I'm going to go through. So here we go. Okay. Number one of the most important things that anybody could ever develop a habit in this business is really getting after the business at the end of the month. Okay. There's just, and the end of the month becomes possible because of the things that you've done earlier in the month. Okay. And it gives you something to do at the end of the month. And if you haven't experienced it yet, that's okay. You can start today and get working at the beginning of the month. So the end of December, you can see results like this. But on the last day of the month, on the 30th, we had 21 enrollments on our team come in, and most of them came in like after 5 o'clock in the evening. Okay. They just came in the evening. So that is a result of what people were doing earlier in the month in regards to talking to prospects or sampling somebody or getting a customer that was on collagen or whatever and converting them to a consultant. But, I just want to acknowledge, many of you have met or know Jackie. She was Jackie Gagliano. She was in the Airbnb with us down at, wherever we were last, San Antonio. And she had 4 that night from a Sip and Glow, and maybe 5, but 4 went in that night. She lives about a mile away from us, and April did a Sip and Glow for her and her neighbors, and 4 went in. Kenneth had 2. That's not unusual. Most months, Kenneth gets 2 every day. Okay, so having 2 at the end of the month is not unusual. Catalina, same thing. She had 2. Zuma had 2. Yvette had 2, and 9 others had 1. So, that is what is supposed to happen at the end of the month in your business. And it could be scaled down, if you're just getting started, that's what's got to go on at the end of the month with you personally. Okay. And then as you have teammates, you start to teach the pattern and the results. But, tonight we're going to be talking about making, this a December to remember. Now, as many of you know, Tara Wilson and Kerry Dickey have put together a slide presentation and have been doing 8 live Zooms a week. Okay, so this is this week's schedule coming. You may recognize the first name on the list. At least I hope you recognize the first name on the list. But April is first one up at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. And then Kerry Dickey and Greg Deeker, and they've done it before. Jennifer and Jill, I haven't seen them do presentations. I know who both of them are, and we did some training for Jill in New Jersey about a month and a half ago. And then Melissa, Tara, and Patty. I don't know Melissa or Patty either. So I'm looking forward to seeing these and just seeing the different personalities that go in. But I'd really like you, and again, take a screenshot if you don't have this, but let's show April some love on Tuesday. And everybody that's on here now, please join the Zoom and tell your prospects and teammates to join the Zoom on Tuesday. And, that way April can see that she's got people on there that she knows. Okay. When you're working with, the elites or the executives, the presidentials, whether it's Brandon, Carrie, Tara, that whole group, the Poes are back from vacation now. They'll be getting involved too. And I know Sean Poe is up in Canada for the week, but it's always good to have some support. So let's give April some support on Tuesday, because this is her first one. There'll be others because this is going to be going on for a few months. But okay, so let me get to the meat and potatoes of tonight. Okay. We have a plan to speed things up. Okay. And this business, it's all about putting butts in seats and getting eyes on the Zooms. That's all there is to it with this business. Okay. It's, we can talk about, well, I got to watch Eric Worre, or I got to do this, I got to do that. You do not get paid for doing anything other than putting butts in seats and getting eyes on Zooms so you can enroll customers or consultants. I mean, this industry has never changed in over 100 years, and that's how we get paid. Okay. And part two of that is then duplicate that and teach others to do what you're doing. So I want to invite everyone. Let's get rid of all the excuses. It's the end of the year. We want to close December out big with momentum so we can kick off 2024 on the run. Okay. Already moving. So we want to start new again. And really, folks, other than getting, and this, we try and keep this to half hour. I know sometimes we go 45 minutes, but it's time to focus on doing the do and start leading the way so that people will follow you. And what that means is when you start doing business from your phone, when you start doing business from your laptop, when you start marketing lifestyle, when you start getting notifications that you've got a new customer, that stuff needs to be posted. Okay, you get a new customer, you get a new consultant, and you get that notification, that immediately got to go up in your stories. Okay, you can block out the name, put a heart over it, a smiley face, but people need to see that you're doing business, and you need to post that stuff. So let's focus on doing the do. Okay, and starting tonight, because December is going to determine what happens in January, February, and March. Okay. We got to hit the track running. We are coming into the best time of year that there is in this industry, and it starts in December. Okay. That's the key to the business. So first thing I want you to do, okay, because I'm going to talk to you about some stuff. Okay. When we are done here tonight, join this Facebook group. Many of you have already gotten invites and you just haven't looked at your notifications, either from me or April or maybe someone else that's already in the group, but you got to join this Facebook group as soon as we finish up tonight. We'll admit you right away. April and I are administrators. We'll admit you right away if somebody doesn't beat us to it. But the links for the things that we're going to be talking about are in this group. Okay. And it's called January 2024 Global Coastal Kickoff. Okay. Jekyll Island, Georgia. You'll see it. That's why I put the picture up. It's only been up for 2 days, but you want to either accept the invite we sent or just go there and hit join and you'll be admitted right away. Okay. So that's first thing tonight. Now take a screenshot of that before I switch it if you haven't already done that, so you know what you're looking for when you search. Okay. But this name right here, January 2024 Global Coastal Kickoff, if you search it on Facebook, it'll bring it right up. Okay, so what's the plan and what's the goal? What is my goal? Meaning, what is your goal? Okay, and it's simple. In December, your goal, your personal goal, is to have the highest number of personal enrollments this month as you've had in any month this year. So whatever your high was this year, and look, some people's numbers are ridiculous and some, ridiculously low, and some people's numbers are ridiculously high, but this is what keeps everybody, everybody equal and simple, okay? Whatever your high was, if your best month was you enrolled one person, then you want to get 2 this month. If your best month was 2, you want at least 3. If it was 4, you want at least 5, okay? But we want to duplicate this, okay? So we want December to be your highest number of personal enrollments this year, and you want to have the highest number of team enrollments this year, okay? So your highest organizational volume also for the year. Now, how are we going to do this? I don't know who the heck is writing on my screen, but if you are, please stop. It isn't me. Anyway, the way we're going to do this is using the specials, the sales, and the promotions that we're going to get from corporate. Okay, and we need to be in tune with that, and we'll help you stay in tune with that. But the whole thing about December is building momentum going into January. Okay, now we've been notified of an executive Zoom on Tuesday, the 5th. And obviously, they'll be laying out what's going to be going on for the month. And they don't always give us all the details, but they'll give us an idea of what they're going to do each week or every 5 days or whatever it is. And whatever we get, we'll share, okay, so that you have the opportunity to do that. So that's step 1. Have your best December, okay? Have your best month of the year in December, okay? That's your first goal. Now, number 2, okay, is in January, we are going to Jekyll Island, Georgia. Now, Jekyll Island is about an hour north on I-95 from Jacksonville, Florida. So it's heading up, it's the Georgia coast. It's on the ocean. All right. Now, it was probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago, Brandon Cunningham called us and said that he'd like to do an event and get the East Coast or, people on this side of the Mississippi. It's open for everybody, okay? And we feel it's going to be the best event that LifeVantage does, but it's not corporate, it's distributors, okay? So Jekyll Island is a year-round beach resort, and we're talking about Friday night the 12th and Saturday the 13th, okay? That's what we're talking about. And it's a one-day event, but most people will be arriving Friday night, and there will be a social on Friday night where everybody gets together. We have made arrangements for 150 people to attend. It's going to be really cool. I'll show you some pictures in a second, but it's going to be set up like a wedding, okay? Round tables facing the stage. The 2 seats that would have their back to the stage will not, those chairs won't be there, but it's going to be really nice, really set up nice. And again, if you see the scribble on your screen like I do, I apologize for that, but I didn't do that. The whole point is to come together with your LifeVantage business partners to kick off the year of 2024 with live training tied in to LifeVantage's virtual global kickoff. Okay. And when Brandon called, he said, what do you think it is? He said, the virtual most likely is going to be 10 o'clock Mountain, which is 12 Eastern. And he said, we could do live from 9 to 12. Then we could do the virtual from the event. And then based on what goes on and what they share with us and the direction that they steer us in, then we could do live after the virtual and make it a 9 to 4, 9 to 5 event. I said, man, that sounds great. And count April and I in, and we'll go from there. So what can you expect? It'll be 7 hours of training, including corporates virtual, a buffet lunch. Okay, so meal included. Okay, and there is a fee for this because it's a oceanfront resort, okay, is where we are. But 7 hours of training, a buffet lunch with salads, fish, chicken, steak, yummy desserts, okay, socializing with other like-minded entrepreneurs, product and team building and training, executive presidential consultant presentations. Based on some conversation we had, it wouldn't surprise us if there was a surprise guest that showed up also, because we'll probably have the biggest gathering in the world to watch the virtual event, because we'll be doing our own live stuff on top of it. So where it will be is the Beachview Club Hotel. It's on Beachview Drive, Jekyll Island, Georgia, Saturday, January 13th. Now, April and I are staying over Friday night, and we are open to staying over Saturday night and going home Sunday, depending on the out-of-state participation, who comes in, when people are going home. So we're open to making a whole weekend of it and do team building after the event's over. And one thing about Jekyll Island, there's a lot of stuff to do. It's a really cool place. Matter of fact, let me show you some pictures of what I'm talking about. So the regular rate, remember, this is off season now, so the regular rate is $151 a night, and it's 2 queen beds. So 2 people could share a room for $70 each. Okay, 75 each. Now we have a room block for $139 a night for the 2 queen beds. And again, this is oceanfront, beachfront, oceanfront we're talking about. So there are also 4 or 5 other hotels that are right next to it, right in back of it, alongside of it, on the other side of the parking lot, that are in the Facebook group. Okay, so when you join that Facebook group, you'll see the other hotels. There's Brunswick has an airport. That's the airport that would serve Jekyll Island, St. Simon's Island. But there's also it's only an hour from Jacksonville Airport, an hour north, and it's only an hour south from Savannah Airport. So you have 3 choices of airports that could be used also. But look at what we're talking about. And again, sorry for the scribble. I don't know what the heck was going on there, but it's a beautiful shoreline. It's ocean. Okay, it'd be a nice place to hang for a night or two. Okay, and really strategize and get the ball rolling for the new year. Okay, it just really pretty. I mean, the sunsets are pretty. The bridge on the way to and from is gorgeous. The resort, everything about it is nice. Okay, so I went over the plan. Okay, it starts with us doing what we got to do starting today. Okay, and hats off to our group. We already have a lot of volume in the first 3 days of December. So the team just kept going from November right into December, like the month never ended. But December is first. It's pedal to the metal. Okay, it don't matter that there's holidays. People are in gift buying, money spending moods. Okay, and they're going to be in mood to start a business to earn money right after the holidays are done. And it doesn't matter where we go, where we're going, who we're visiting, who's coming to our house. All we need is our cell phones, the app, or a laptop, and we're in business no matter where we are. So December's 1st, okay? And then we're going into the Jekyll Island event, okay? So we want to end December sky high, go into the Jekyll Island event, January 12th, 13th. The key, folks, the key is to not be there alone. And you will never have a guest attend. You'll never have a new teammate attend. You'll never have a prospect attend until you are registered, have your room or flight or whatever it is, and you're going to be there. Okay? They attend because you're attending. You never get anyone to attend and saying, what do you think? Do you want to go? I'll go if you go. That don't work. Okay? You don't want to miss this event. Okay? We've gotten to know Brandon pretty good over the last year or two. He does things first class. Okay? We were glad he asked us to do it with him. And, it's going to be a big deal. Okay? But that's how it works with events. You commit, and then you make sure you have fannies in the seats next to you. But all of this is so that we can do this. okay, we want to go on a full 60-day sprint to Nashville. Okay. And a lot of you already registered for Nashville because we've seen it. Okay. We pushed it at Global and people have been registering. I think our team, I haven't looked in the last 3 weeks or so, but I think we already have 50 of our team registered. Okay. For Nashville, which is great. But we want 150 there. Okay. That's our goal, is to have 150 there. So one thing I want to share with you, I've heard this. They say, Bobby, the Gaylord Opryland Resort at Convention Center, it's expensive. It is. Okay. It is expensive. Even splitting it could be high. It could be a once in a lifetime opportunity for you to visit somewhere you've never been. And that's what me and April, I mean, we've always wanted to go to that place. You know, and I don't know if any of you guys watch, but the Patriot Awards were there 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, April, I can't wait to get there. The place is just amazing. But surrounding there are tons and tons of hotels in the 150, 200 a night range. Okay. So don't, and of course there's Airbnb, and you know, we've been doing Airbnbs. Okay. But we got to take December and build on the Jekyll Island event, and the Jekyll Island event, turn our attention to a 60-day sprint to Nashville. Okay. And folks, April and I, you know, we've been doing this for 31 years, 6 years now with LifeVantage. This is how you change your destiny. This is how you get out of a rut. This is how you create new beginnings. This is how you get to do more of what you want and less of what you don't want. This is how you do it. It's how we did it in our first company, and it's what we're doing now. Okay. So that's the plan. And that's the plan. And all we want to know is, are you all in? Okay. You know, if you're all in, say you're all in the chat, you know, put it in there. Okay. And let us know that you're all in, but that is the plan. But what we want to see different is the ratio between distributors or consultants, we call ourselves now, and guests or prospects that are attending events. And here's what I mean. Before Evolve, we were getting an average of about 12 customers to every one consultant before Evolve. That was our team's ratio. You know, if we had 200 new enrollments in a month, you know, 15 or 20 would be consultants and 180 would be customers. Okay, so it was like 10, 11, 12 to 1 ratio. And we're so thrilled that in 7 months since Evolve started, that ratio now is down to about 4 to 1 or 5 to 1. Okay, which is phenomenal. Okay, so why do I say that? Because there's no point in watching and learning and seeing by yourself when you have the opportunity to bring others. And one thing that April and I did 30 years ago when we first got started, we said 2 things. We would never miss an event. And this was our mentors who told us, you never miss one. And since you're never going to miss one, there's no point in going alone. And you make sure you have people there with you. Okay. And those people get started in the business, or if they've just gotten started in the business, they really learn what they need to do to build a business. But here's the thing that the events are all about. Okay. It's about expanding vision. It's that the old fish tank, fishbowl story. You know, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube once it's out. Well, our business is like that. Okay. Once a person's vision is expanded, it doesn't shrink again. It's like the toothpaste in the tube. You can't put it back in, you know, and it goes, it's funny. I've told you about my turtle before that started off the size of a silver dollar. And now he's the size of a sewer plate, a manhole cover, I should say. And he started in a bowl and he grew into a 100-gallon tank, and he's in my office. Okay. We've had him 23 years now. So That's what happens with live events. People's vision get expanded. When their vision's expanded, they explain things better with more passion and with more excitement. And because of that, they get good results or better results. So it's a whole scenario that goes in. And we want tonight to be our first night for everybody. We're all starting from scratch tonight. We're going to go like a bat out of hell, like Meatloaf would say, okay, through all of December, have our best personal enrollments for the year in December, beat our highest number, whatever it was, go to Jekyll Island, have some fun, see what the company's got in store for us, learn from the best. Okay, there's going to be the live training is probably going to be 5 hours, the virtual 2 hours, give or take, and a lot of fun. And like I said, April and I are open to making a whole weekend of it. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of other people are. Let's face it, a hotel room for $150, oceanfront, come on, you can't go wrong with that. The event is $85, but it includes a meal. You know, it's very doable, very drivable from the East Coast, but you do have 3 airports as options if you're coming from a little further away. So I believe that was my last slide. Whoever scribbled on my picture, shame on you. Shame on you. Anyway, April, did I miss anything other than, it was like Athena's coloring on my screen.
I know. It's all good. So
it's all good.
I know Debbie asked a question, consultants only, or is it open to everyone?
Everyone, all countries. We want that event to have more guests in it than distributors in it. Now, the one thing we haven't worked out yet, and I'll tell you, we are working on, guests are always free for events, okay? But the resort does not give free lunch away to anyone. They don't care if they are, if there are guests or not. So we're trying to figure the easy solution to that. And again, we would never put our hands in anyone's pocket. The easy solution for that is for the person whose guest it is to buy them lunch. And we're working on just a lunch price, not an $85 registration price. So, you know, we're working on that. Okay. We put all the final details together. What was it, Friday, April, or Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just all came together. We knew it was coming, but now everything's done and the contracts are signed and we're ready to roll. So yeah, we're trying to deal with, you know, if a guest is there, because the opportunity meeting will be in the morning, okay? And if the guest is there and we're getting ready for lunch, is going to be during the virtual. So we can sit table, eat lunch, listen to the virtual, okay? We're going to try and get the virtual in advance so that we can train on what's in it after it's over. You do know the live events, they have to record them a little before. You do know that for technical reasons. Like April and I have done a lot of live stuff recently for corporate. And I can tell you, it's a day or two before we record it to make sure it's okay so that they can then do their live, okay? But it's a delayed live, all right? So we want to see if we can get it in advance so the training after the virtual is appropriate to whatever they said on the virtual, if you get what I'm saying, okay? We want it to match up. So as we firm up the guest thing, Deb, we'll let you know. But yes, guests, lots of guests. And just so you know, we're set up for 150, like wedding style. They have room and we could grow it to 300. Okay, so there's no limit to what we can do. That's only using half the space. So who else? April, you see what's in the chat, just see if there's anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Just unmute yourself if you got a question or comment.
Yeah, I don't see anything else.
Everything else okay?
I would just look strongly at my contact base to make sure you don't have anybody within a 2-3 hour driving. You know, again, you know, I always want to protect my area. I don't want somebody I know to get involved with somebody else. So,
You
I would
know,
just be
the
looking at my
big area,
contacts.
if you have people in Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, that whole Southeast area, you want to make sure that those people attend. But you know what? Check the airfares, and you know, if you can get into Jacksonville easily, or Savannah easily, or Brunswick itself, which is just minutes from where the event is, you know, then come, you know, and be a part of it. I'm telling you, it's going to be special. I've gotten to know Brandon well enough that he does things first class. Okay, and this is going to be, you know, a big deal, and corporate's going to end up making a big deal out of it. So, you know, join us. I mean, everybody on here should come. You got enough notice. You got 6 weeks notice. We should all plan on being there. But, you know, if you want to know the game plan of how to really change everything in your business, it's what's today, the 3rd, December 3rd to March 14th. That's what we're talking about. It's about 100 days. Okay. And that 90-day window, if you do what you're supposed to do, and for some of you, you got to change what you're doing. Okay. If you don't like the results for the first 11 months of 2023, then something's got to change. You know, whatever, you just can't keep doing the same thing. If you do like the results you've been getting, then shoot lighter fluid on it, you know, and just, you know, just get it hotter and bigger than it already is. But these are the things that April and I did to get the results that we got with the career that we had and are having. Okay, this is it. And it's always in spurts. And then in Nashville, we'll have returned from the Dominican Republic, because that trip's in February. Okay, so we'll be back, and they'll be announcing the next trip that will be something to run for from Nashville in the middle of March through the end of the year. You know, most of these are like 8-9 month contests. Okay, that's most of the stuff, and they'll be announcing a new trip. Okay, so you know, these are always spurts. There's always 60 and 90-day spurts, but we happen to be in a time now where it's people are spending money, okay, because of the holiday season. They're giving gifts, they're getting gifts, but they're also going to be hitting New Year's, where it's resolution time. They're going to be evaluating things. And we have an economic problem here in the United States, and probably the same in Canada, okay, where it's not really a good idea to be banking on one income, you know, and just thinking that one thing is going to maintain and stay. Okay, it's, you know, and even if you're fortunate enough that you'll definitely, you know, your money will outlive you. You have friends that aren't so fortunate, you know, and family and loved ones and neighbors and church friends that, you know, they may not come to you and ask, but they're looking and they're hoping somebody will knock on their door, you know, and ask them. And you know, with collagen now, with the True Renew, tagging and adding in, you know, the Nerf 2, man, we don't have any competition out there. Okay, we have no competition. And the only problem that we have is that it's still the best kept secret in the world. And we need to get a little more loud about it. We need to start making some noise about it. And the way that we get loud and proud and get all jacked up and juiced up is from live events. You know, that's where you get that energy and passion from. So anyway, that's the plan. We hope you will all participate in it. But any questions?
I have a question, Bob.
Sure.
Is Cliff Wheaton doing a Zoom tomorrow night for the Spanish community?
Not tomorrow. It's been delayed. It might be next Monday. I spoke to him on Friday, and he didn't have all the materials that he wants to have ready to give everybody. So he didn't want to do it without having the materials ready.
Okay.
Okay, so as a matter of fact, let me just, I'll read you what because we were texting back and forth on Friday because I had that date circled too. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I knew we were going to be in Chicago also, but I had that date marked because he gave that to everybody when we were all on last time. So this is what he said. Okay, we changed the date for some announcements, and it will be, okay, they're going to do it on the 14th, but the link for it will be sent out on the 11th. So a week from tomorrow, they'll send the link out, and then the live event, the Zoom or whatever, will be on the 14th. I'll keep you all informed on that too. We had already checked on that, so I appreciate you asking. April, anything that we left out?
We're in Chicago tomorrow night, so that'll be really good. Good meeting
Yes,
there.
pack the room out, lots and lots. It's our last visit to Chicago for this year. We've done it a lot. We've been there quite a few times, but let's go out with our biggest, best, most successful one ever for the year. And we were just up in Hilton Head. I see Wilhelmina over there. Wilhelmina, we need to get lots of guests for Jekyll Island. Jekyll Island is going to be key. That's only it's about 2 hours, give or take, 2:15 from you, in Hilton Head. We were checking it on the way home. So, anyone else? Fred, you got anything you want to share about Canada? I know that this is the week.
Yeah, so they're out west. Sean and Michelle Poe were there this weekend in Edmonton. And I know that we're going to be in Mississauga, which is outside of Toronto. So the whole metropolitan area is 6 million people. You look at it's like Atlanta, right? It's massive. So so December 7th we're in Mississauga at the Hilton, and I can get that information for those that don't know it, or it's on the Facebook group. But our general manager, Alexis Gebhardt, and Sandra Garcia is going to be there. I've got a whole box of product and liquid collagen and stuff the company sent us to bring to the event. So lots of giveaways, have guests, and the same thing, exactly what you just said. Ditto for Mississauga.
Yep.
Anybody knows there, and Canada's wide open. Ontario's wide open, just like every place is. But and it's always good to have an international business.
Every city is wide open.
Yeah.
We don't have enough consultants worldwide to fill up a stadium for a college football game.
That's right. It's crazy.
We can. I was watching Alabama, Georgia the other day. Okay. And I'm an Alabama person. Okay. And we're watching, and that goes back to Joe Namath and the Jets. That just goes all the way back. But I'm looking at the stadium, and I think it's Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And I'm like, we couldn't even fill worldwide. If we took every distributor in the world, all 23 countries, it wouldn't fill that building one time. I mean, folks, we are the best kept secret in the world. I'm telling you. I mean, to not be able to fill a football stadium from 23 countries worth of distributors, nobody knows who we are. We need to get out there and make more noise.
Yeah, that's our job.
It used to be the greatest product in the world with Nerf 2. Now we have the 2 greatest products, and the results that we're seeing with that new firming cream working on the first day, second day, people are using it. It's obscene. How many people have been turned off? They love what retinol can do, but they can't use it because of the side effects. And people are getting results now without the pain and suffering that goes with retinol. I mean, we just need, that's the year, this coming year. This is spring training, December, and the real season starts in January, and it's time to get loud. Okay. It's time that we get out of our shyness. We get out of our closet. We take the mask off, okay? And we get out there and let people know what we have. It's time, because they want what we have, but they need to be invited. You know, we can't just keep waiting, hoping somebody will ask. We got to get out there and start sharing what we got. There's a lot of scared people out there now that, you know, aren't so sure that what they chose for a living is going to continue to pay them the way they thought it was. Okay, there's a lot of people, and just like me in April 31 years ago, when my receivables didn't come in and caused my business, my art and picture frame business, to go bankrupt, if you were looking from the outside in with the big new house and the 2 new cars and the nanny living in the house and everything that went with it, you would have never, ever assumed. But meanwhile, my business was getting ready to go down the toilet, and we were looking, what was next? What was I going to do next? Okay, and there's a lot of people out there in that situation, and we got to let them know that we have the next. Okay, if nothing else, we have the security, we have the insurance policy. Okay, we have the backup plan should things not, and everybody needs the products anyway. Now, when we were in Hilton Head the other night, I just said, I always tease because I said, look, everybody knows everyone that lives in Hilton Head is rich. Okay, so, you know, and they all laugh. And I know not everybody's rich, just about 99 and 9/10% of them are rich. But everybody needs the product regardless of the income situation. Okay, nobody wants to grow up and grow old and be ugly. Okay, nobody wants that. Okay, everybody wants to stay healthy and look good. And we got products that help do that, whether they need the money or not. But there's a lot of people out there that are looking for the income opportunity that either have too much pride, or they're shy, or they just don't know how to put the right words together to ask. So we got to let them know what we got and invite them to look so they don't have to figure out how to ask. Okay, and that's the game plan, folks. Are you all in? Are you in? Give me a thumbs up if you're in, okay? Are you willing to get uncomfortable and maybe do things a little different so that you get better results moving forward? You know the beauty of this business? And, you know, and I see there's a lot of doctors on here, and I understand if a medical doctor makes a mistake, they could hurt somebody. Okay, and I get that, and I understand that. But we're in a do no harm business. We can't hurt nobody, okay? There's no reason for us to not go out and share what we have. I mean, people can buy product and get healthier and look better, and for an extra $50 own a business too, whether they use it or not. Okay, we can't hurt anybody. And if they do that, within 2 or 3 months of buying product, they'll have saved enough money where the $50 was covered, because they got a better price on the product anyway. So let's get loud and proud with what we got. Let's not keep it a secret anymore. Let's help move the needle and get off this 220 million or so that we've been doing every year in sales, and start pushing it to 300, then 400. Okay, and see what happens. So that's all I got for you. April, anyone else? Ira, Catalina, everybody good? So today's the first day, tonight. Catalina, make sure they fill up that room tomorrow night. Ira, Jaya, fill up that room. We can go through those slides quick after the meeting for anyone new there to what we used earlier today. They're on the computer. So we can go through, you know, consolidate it down to 10, 15 minutes and give them a nice 90-day run on why to get started now. So, but that's it, folks. Okay. Sound good?
Okay.
And Tuesday, we have an executive Zoom with the company. Whatever they let us know about December, we'll let you know. Okay, whatever it is. So, you know, I not only can I not keep a secret, but I just don't want to keep a secret. I just don't want to. So when we know, you'll know. Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone. We appreciate
Thank
you. We
you.
love you. Have a great day.
Love
Thank
too.
you.
Thanks,
See you
Bob and
tomorrow.
April.
Bye-bye. See you guys tomorrow.
You.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Night.